Hi, everybody. So, I just wanted to get on here and share what my day was like a little bit and just give you a small smidget of what happened and how God speaks, um, especially um, today. We had a few conversations, and in one of the conversations was after I had left this this place from getting a bite to eat. And I just sat in my car for a little bit. And as I was sitting there, I saw this lady, and she was just sitting in her car, and she had her hood up. And while she had her hood up, I said she looked like she need a jump. And while I was just sitting there, I said, well, maybe I should ask her since I'm getting ready to go. And I said, well, Lord, I don't have no jumper cables. So that just defeats the purpose. That's just like asking somebody, you know, if they hungry, but I ain't got enough money to feed them. So that's when the Holy Spirit told me to ask her anyways, because she may have the jumper cables. So I sat there a little bit and I debated on it, and I was like, let me go over here and ask the lady because it started to get dark. So I went over there and I said, you need a jump? What's going on with your car? And she said, yeah, I need a jump. And I said, oh, I said, I don't have no jumper cables. I said, but I'm willing to give you a jump. She said, oh, I have jumper cables. And then I said, well, do you know how to do it? And she was like, well, we could try. And I was like, wait a minute, let us find some men out here. And I said, if we find some men out here, we can bring them over here because I don't want you to mess up my car. And so she was like, okay. So I told her I'll be back. So I went and found these two guys, these two Spanish guys, and they were willing to come over and help me and her. And so when they came over, the guy helped, and her and I just began to talk. And I said, I said, the Lord was telling me, to just come over here and ask you, if you needed a jump. And I was like, but Lord, I ain't got no jumper cable, so that kind of defeats the purpose, and was just like, and she was like, I'm so happy you came. She was like, because I was sitting there, she said, I was asking everybody, and she said people was just turning me down. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And I said, girl, I was sitting there and the Lord was like, ask you that, ask you if you had the to go ask you if you needed a jump, and if you had the, and see if you did have the jumper cable. And I was like, I just didn't think you would. And so her and I just kept talking, and she was like, there is a God. She was like, she said, there is a God. I know there's a God. And she said, not, no, she was saying it in a ways like, I know God is, no, that's what she said. She said, I know God is real. She said, I know God is real now. And I was like, wow. I said, yes. I said, he definitely is. I said, but when you think about it, I said, it's funny. I said, that's why you're supposed to be obedient, when God tell you to do something, because you just never know. I said, I didn't know you had those. And I was just thinking in my head, like, and she said, and I had them. And she said, and the guy that came over here with you, she said, he said he worked at a, like some kind of automotive place. And so I was like, wow. She said, because I was getting ready to YouTube, and I was like, oh my God. And so I just want to share the story for the simple fact that it's it's obedience is better than sacrifice. When God be telling us stuff, we gotta know that we truly hearing him. Because at the end of the day, I'm sitting there questioning what he's saying. And all along that was there. So as I drove off, I was like, Lord, I just thank you that I was obedient and I came over. I said, because that would have been her having what she needed. And he's like, yes, because he said that's just like not providing somebody something to eat, but you don't know they have a stove. They could still be hungry, but they have the resources there to cook what they need, but they just need the food. And I was like, yes, Lord, that's so true. And so I just want to put that out there. Be obedient when you hear the voice of God, because these days everybody needs somebody. And we all out here, and we just don't know who we gonna need or what we gonna need or when we gonna need. We don't know that day or that hour. But just know that God speaks and God provides. Bye.